Hey y'all, I know it's really dark back here. We're in my hallway on the floor, but it needs to be dark in order to show you guys and candle the eggs. You need to go away, Kalua. Thank you. There's a mirror behind me, so that's why that's like got a light on it. But I have my incubator here. It's on the floor. You kind of can't really see it. My dogs are here and they're gonna get annoying. But it's here, and I've got this is a flashlight that has a candling attachment. Of course you can't see that. But yeah, it's got this little attachment on it. It just goes right on there, and it allows you to stick an egg right on it and be able to candle them. I had a egg hatch earlier this morning, so I have a couple set in here that will be hatching very soon. I do not recommend that you're doing what I'm doing, primarily because I don't want to hear from anyone that something went wrong. But I moved my incubator into the hallway with an extension cord so that it can still stay heated, but it's also hotter than Hades here today. So I figured it's the perfect day, if I'm going to bring them outside of the incubator, that the air in this house, in this hallway, and outside are about the same temperature as it is in that incubator. So I am going to try to find some at some different stages. I'm not going to keep the incubator open very long. I'm just going to grab some eggs. So let's see. I've marked my eggs on what day they've been put into the incubator, and the eggs that do not have any marks on them were from previous to that. So this baby is, you can see he's almost ready to hatch. I'm gonna try and get this to work a little bit better. Let's see if I can get this to focus a little bit, maybe. So you can see sort of, there's veins in right here. There's the baby, this dark little section. You can see him kind of move around a little bit. He was moving a lot more when I just pulled him out. But you can see, I hate that the candling is showing like that. But I'll do another video and like stitch it in here of up close. But you can see this guy. So this one's not about to hatch right at the moment, and here's why I'm saying that. See how much veining and everything you can see through this one, and the one that did have piping and cracking in the egg, it was about to hatch, didn't have as much of this veining. So as it gets bigger and grows more, it will take up more of the eggshell, which is why it's dark. The light does not pass through solid objects. So there's a baby, you can see the baby right here. Let's see, yep, you see him? Or her, I'm not sure which, but you can see him moving around, so we know that it's not, you know, passed away. And it's just really pretty. So there's movement in there, and so we're gonna put him back in there. He doesn't have too much left. This egg is a dud. Whether that be it wasn't fertilized, or this one is marked. This was one of the eggs that was wet and in the mud that I cleaned off. If you watched our setting up incubator video. So this egg, either A, was not fertilized, or B, lost its ability to the word I'm thinking of, there's a word, lost its ability to further development. That's not the word I was looking for, but it's all I got and I don't want to waste time. But essentially it could be that because it was found wet and kind of gross and I cleaned it off, it could have gotten some of the bloom worn off on it, which happens in the instant that that does happen. the egg will be more susceptible to bacteria and all sorts of other stuff. So I'm trying to find a couple different eggs from different days. Oh, okay. This one is, it's about to hatch. It actually has a beak mark where it has been trying to come out. So I'm not gonna keep him out of here very long, but you can sort of see there's like nothing in there. And the difference between this one, this is the air pocket where I have the, oh my gosh, look at him. Look, he's right there. He's like, hey,
this is an egg that's about to hatch. There is the, oh, my flashlight doesn't like me today. So this is the piping mark here. You see how it's cracked? That dark figure in there, that's a baby. That's the baby moving. I am not moving. Well, I'm not trying to. But see it? That's a baby. It's gonna try and come out. It hears my voice. They actually do respond to voices and peeping from other birds. So I'm gonna put him back in.
See how there was on the air pocket where that egg was? You can see there's an air pocket here as well. This being a dud, so you wanna, this one's black. I'm on the air pocket and it's black, just like the other one. So what makes this one a dud and what makes that one about ready to hatch? So this one has this like gross orange sort of ring around it, and then when you look at the other side, it'll show you that all of the gross rotten egg stuff is there. When there is an egg that has a baby in it and it's close to hatch and you're really not sure, look at the other side of the egg. It'll tell you a lot more about it, because as the baby grows in the shell, it starts taking up more space. So you're gonna have ones that look like this, that look like it's taking up a lot of space, but you always want to candle the other side to see if that space is actually being taken up, or if the light can't permeate to the bottom through all the rotten, gross stuff. So let's try another wet one to see if we have some more rotten eggs. Okay, so this guy has been in here for about a week now. It's kind of a little bit harder to see on this camera, but there is a little spot in here that looks like it may form a baby, but that also could be that this egg is rotten and will continue to rot. So I will be continuing to candle these guys as they come. This one doesn't appear, this one's been in there a little while, so actually this one probably is not fertilized, if I'm gonna be honest. So it's been in there enough days where if it was fertilized, I should be able to see a little bit further with it. And unfortunately I don't. So I'm gonna leave it in there for a couple more days just in case. And then we will toss out the bad ones. I set the rotten egg away because I want to check and make sure. The thing is about rotten eggs in the incubator is that at some point it is very, very possible that that egg will burst and explode in there. And when it does that, rotten egg stuff, everything that was inside that egg will cover your other eggs and potentially kill all the other eggs that are either being hatched or just ones that are still trying to make it. So this one hasn't had enough days, and there is a small section in here that's darker that could be the fertilization of the egg. It's only been in here 2 days. But sometimes with that other coloring, the way that one was like kind of a little bit more yellow than say this one, and this one is probably a good example of, you're able to see that little bit of fertilization. However, this egg is moving a lot more than I care for. I don't like to see how that's moving back and forth like that without me actually like physically moving the egg. So that may not hatch well. It may not have really gotten a good attachment, because eventually the eggs will settle with an air pocket, and kind of not necessarily like super attached to one specific spot, but it's not going to keep moving the way that that does. This one is a bit darker. I don't see any veins and I don't see much movement, so it is possible that this one is also a dud. I am going to leave it in there just to see if it's possible I'm reading it wrong. I am going to start going through every egg in here. Whoa, okay. So this is kind of cool to look at. There is veining, and this is not exactly the way that eggs normally form, in my opinion. Okay, you can kind of see it a little better this way. It's just very, very orange. It's possible that the yolk is not, like it might have gotten a little scrambled, but you can see, let me see if I can get it to focus on here without that. You can see there are veins in here, and you can see them a little bit better from this angle. You're always going to get a better angle candling eggs from the air pocket side, but sometimes it just doesn't work out like that. So there is some veins in here, but I don't particularly love, there's like a band in here, and they call that sometimes the ring of death, but it's not enough from both sides of this egg would show that that ring of death is there. But what troubles me a little bit with this one is, you see how there's like a little split here? That may be that the yolk's not going to provide enough nutrients for this baby to actually last. So we'll keep an eye on it. I am not one to quickly throw out eggs in my incubator, primarily because I don't want to have the chance that one of them actually is making it, and I killed it. So this one has some really good veins in it. I'm trying to see, my camera is not the best. I film on my phone, but there's some good veins in there. There is still this dark little circle. It could be that it's a shadow, like it kind of looks like here. It also could be the ring of death. I don't see much indication of that, but it is very possible. So a lot of these eggs came from a nest that I was actually collecting because I thought one of my females would sit on it, and she didn't. This one doesn't have any development yet, but we will wait it out. But I thought she would sit on it, and she didn't end up sitting on it. This one has a clear ring of death. I wanted my girls to sit on the eggs. I thought they were going to. I have one that goes broody and will do that, but unfortunately she did not. So this one, I know it's a little harder to see. I'm trying to cover this so it'll focus a little better. But there's a clear ring of death. That's what it's called. That's what I've always known it to be called. I know this sounds bad, but I do find ones that are like that, and I keep them in the incubator until I'm 100% certain that it's just not a detached egg of any sort. This one doesn't have any veining yet, but there is one spot that looks like it may be fertilized. But I don't love how bright orange this is, and like it's a little bit more yellow than I care for. But we wait. I also in my incubators keep a temperature and humidity gauge, because the ones that significant amount. But yeah, thanks for tuning in for the video. I'm sorry that I'm in a dark hallway, but I think it really did help with viewing the eggs, and I will do a little bit of a video to show some more details, and I'll splice it into the video. So if you want to see more stuff like this, let me know in the comments. Please subscribe. It really does help us out. I know I put up videos at least once a week, if not more. I did have a little bit where my phone broke and we didn't have videos up, but it does really make a difference if you do subscribe and like and comment and let me know feedback, even if it's poor, even if you don't like it. Let me know. Let me know, you know, what you'd like to see, what you'd like to see less of. And I hope to see you guys online. Thanks for tuning in.